put this where it goes. Okay. Should be lesson 28. All right. So that has come up like it's supposed to. Let's hope everything else does too. All right. The good thing, what I was trying to say a second ago, the good thing about today is that we're not trying to learn something completely 100% way brand new. Okay, this is going to feel very familiar because this is what we've been doing. Our book that we're using likes to increase what we're doing just a little bit at a time. And so today, the main difference with what they ask you to do today is to do division, long division, with 3-digit dividends, which is the number inside. And then the divisors are 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I think last week it only went up to like 3. I think every problem they gave us just about had a divisor of 3. In fact, I changed one of them at one point just to change it up on you and see how we did with that. And you did just fine. So this is going to feel very much like more practice of what we've already been doing. So that's kind of a good thing because it eases us back into things this week. Okay? All right. Like we said from the beginning with long division, it's just one of those skills that needs lots of time and practice. You guys have seen that for yourselves, and I think you already feel a difference that when we start one of those problems, it's not as scary anymore. You know what you're doing better now and all of that. Today we're just going to practice it a little bit more. We might, just for fun, because y'all love math, and I know this will be exciting to you, we might throw in a 4-digit dividend just to see what happens. See? Cheering already. I can tell by the looks in your eyes. You can't wait. Okay? So, you know, I know you try to hide it. It's just one of those things, but I know you're excited about math. Okay, so go ahead and be getting out your whiteboards and your markers. And let's get that out on the desk. Right, where's your board?
I got it in my desk.
Okay, so we've got that out. Let's go ahead and move. Yeah. All right, so 8 divided by 4. This is a mental math thing. This is our basic division facts right here. So what would 8 divided by 4? Think about that fact family. What would that be? Yeah.
2.
Okay. The missing number there is 2. Okay. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 4 times 2 is 8. 2 times 4 is 8. And 8 divided by 2 is 4. It is just one big fact family. Okay? So if we move on down, 80 divided by 2 would be what? 40. No, yes. Okay. All right, what about 800 divided by 2? Will?
400.
Say it one more time. 400. Okay. 8,000 divided by 2. Yeah.
4,000.
4,000. Anybody wonder, like I do, if they misprinted one of those problems?
Yeah.
Which one do you think they misprinted?
No.
No? Which one?
The first one.
The first one? What would you think the first one would be, looking at the rest of them? 8 divided by 2. Yeah. I'm wondering why this one isn't 8 divided by 2.
I think it would be a 4.
Like the rest of them are divided by 2. It's the same fact family. It's okay. I just was curious. All right. Let's keep going. We are actually going to jump all the way here. I'm going to, this is the kind of slide that I've been not showing you. It's not for any reason other than we're not using the place value chart, and moving over to the big blank board gives me more space to show you the problem. So these are the problems we're working with, but I'm going to go ahead and do that and move over so that we have space. Is this something we need?
No.
No? Okay, then I'm going to do that and throw it away. Okay.
It's gonna come back.
Yeah, I don't know how to permanently throw it away. I guess I need to figure that one out. Okay, so let's start with this on our boards. Let me get my pen fixed. Hold on just one second. Okay. 297 divided by 4. All right, let's get good and woken up with that. Okay. Give that one a try. $297 divided by 4. Think about what you first need to ask yourself.
Check our work.
If you have finished the problem, then go beside it and check your work. Can you get a group of 4 out of 2?
No.
No. So what did we need to do? What was the first thing we needed to look at? Not how many groups of 4 can I get out of 2, but how many groups of 4 can I get out of what?
29.
29. If this digit's too small, then we're going to group these together. We're going to grab just one digit next door. Okay? How many 4s can I get out of 29? You just need to think of your multiplication facts. Yeah.
7.
Okay, what is 4 times 7? 28 is as close to 29 as we're going to get. When I write that 7, guys, make sure it's up above the ones place of the 29. Okay? All right, so 4 times 7, like Will said, is 28. And I'm going to subtract that. Get 1 left. Now I'm ready to bring down the next digit, which is a 7. And you start over. How many groups of 4 can I get out of 17? Okay, Mason, how many? 4. 4 times 4 is what, everybody? 16. 4 times 4 is 16. That's as close to 17 as we can get without it being too big. We subtract and get 1. But there's nothing left to bring down, so that 1 is our remainder. It's not big enough to be another group of 4. Okay, so 74, remainder 1. Okay? All right, y'all didn't forget everything over the weekend. We're doing good. Okay, we're going to come over here and check our work. Remind us of what we need to do to check our work. How does that work? Yeah.
Need to multiply
Yes. What are we going to multiply?
top number.
Yes. These outside numbers we're going to multiply together to try and get the inside number. So 74 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 7, 28, plus 1 more, 29. We're close.
You need to add your remainder.
All right, if you ever have a remainder, that gets added. And now we have our inside number. That's why we were so close to just 1 away. Okay? Today, during our problem set, we are going to check our work. Okay? They've given you plenty of room today for you to work out the problem, but also beside it to check your work, just like this. Okay? All right, let's try 1 or 2 more, and then we're ready to do some problem set work. Okay. Let me double check something. Okie doke. If I asked you how many weeks are there in a year, how could we figure out that problem? If I asked you how many weeks were in a year. Okay, let's think about what we do now. What's something we know that might help us out?
Division.
Okay. We're probably going to be doing division. Let's keep that in mind. What's something else?
Multiplication.
Okay, let's get specific. We're actually going to be doing division. Yes.
Skip count.
Okay, but let's get specific to the problem. Yeah.
However many days are in a year
Okay.
times 7. Divided by 7.
Okay. Why 7?
Because that's how many days are in a week.
All right. If we want to know how many weeks are in the year, that's groups of 7, isn't it?
Yep.
If we took all the days in the year and we went, okay, how many times can I get 7 out of that? How many times can I scoop up 7 days? That would give us how many weeks are in a year. Okay. So, do we know how many days are in a whole year? Yeah. 365. Every now and then there's a year with 366 because of the leap year, if you've ever heard of leap year. But we've got most years, I'm sorry, I cannot do that color constantly. Okay. Most years have 365 days. Okay. Will says if we take the number 7 and we divide this number by 7, we'll see how many weeks are in a year. Okay. So this is a real world situation where you might need long division. So right now I want you to write this problem on your board. And I want you to give it a try. Because maybe you'll get asked this question one day and you may not remember us working this out in 4th grade. How many 7s can we get out of 30? Well, not many. How many 7s can we get out of 36? Let's start there. Get finished, dude. Go ahead and check your work. Martin, how many groups of 7 can I get out of 36?
You can get 5.
I can get 5. What is 7 times 5?
35.
Okay, that's as close as I can get to 36. So he says 5. 7 times 5 is 35. And when we subtract that, we get 1. And then we're ready to bring down the 5. But can I evenly get groups of 7 out of 5? Out of 15. I can't. But how many can I get? Yeah.
2.
2 is as many as I can get. 7 times 2 is 14. That's as close as we can get. And we have a remainder. Okay? It may feel a little strange to have a remainder with a question like this. But that's how it is. Okay? So we have 52. Most of the time, if you ask somebody that question and they already know, they will tell you there are 52 weeks in a year. They don't usually say there's 52, remainder 1 weeks in a year. Okay. So there's our answer though. Okay.
How is there a remainder?
I think it's just simply because of how our calendar works. But not being a calendar expert, I can't give you much more than that. Okay. All right. So what I'm seeing on Alexandria's board is that she remembered to check her work. So I want to show you that one more time because you are going to be doing that with your problem set. If you've not done that already, you need to come over to the side and let's check our work. We're going to take 52 and multiply it by 7. 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times 5 is 35, plus 1 more, 36, plus the remainder. Okay, there's our answer there, and there's our answer there, and those should be the same. Okay. All right, anybody have a question this morning about any of this?
I think if we did 366, we would get a remainder.
You think? You want to try it? Okay.
Yes.
Let's see. Let's give that a try. If we have 366 days and we divide by 7, see what you get. Let's see if this changes our answer. How many groups of 7 can you get out of 36? So it starts the same. This starts the same as our last problem. check it. How many groups of 7 can we get out of 3?
9.
9. So we're going to grab the digit next door. How many groups of 7 can we get out of 36? Brandon, how many?
5.
5. Okay, good. 7 times 5 is what?
35.
35. So we would subtract that. This is very similar to our last problem. We got 1 left. We bring this down, and instead of a 5, this time it's a 6. Okay, can I get more than 2 groups out this time? No, I'm still going to get true groups of 7. There's our 52 weeks. 7 times 2 is 14, and we subtract. But, yeah.
There's a remainder of 2 instead, but then we do 1 times 365, there was a remainder of 4.
That's the difference, isn't there? So this one has 1 more remainder. I guess if we were going to get a whole other week, we'd have to have a bigger remainder, a remainder big enough to make another group of 7. Okay? All right, great question, though. I'm glad you challenged us there. So if we checked our work, we would have 52 times 7 like we did before, plus 2 this time because our remainder is 2. And it would give us 366, which is right here. Yeah.
So if we were to multiply 52 by 365, we would still get 7.
If we were to multiply...
Divide.
No, okay. So you're saying if we multiplied this... Sorry. If we divided this by this, we'd get this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. If you multiply this big old number by this, we get this, right? But Martin's right. If we multiply this big old number by this, we're going to get this plus a remainder. Remainders sometimes show up in decimal form. Like if I were to plug that into a calculator, it would probably look like, if I did 366 divided by 52, it would probably look like 7 point, we call that decimal point, blah, 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 blah. You know, it would have these numbers. And those are decimal numbers. Decimal numbers, which, like if this is our regular number here, our decimal numbers that are on this side of that, what we call the point, the decimal point, these are like smaller than 1.
That's a remainder.
Well, sometimes a remainder will show up like a decimal, like if you do it on the calculator, okay? You can also write a remainder as a fraction. We won't be doing that this year, but you can, okay? Fractions and decimals both are numbers that are actually smaller. Most of the time they're smaller than 1. They're pieces of a number. And we're going to talk about that soon when we get to fractions. Okay. Don't want to have too much going on this morning on a Monday. Not all that new stuff. Okay, let me show you just super fast. Let's go back to here. Okay. I know the words are small. All I'm doing is showing you what your problem set is going to look like in a little bit. You're going to have this problem in the corner and all this space. This is perfect for you to You could even draw a line there to cut it if you would like. But we're going to work the problem out with long division on one side, and then over here we're going to check our work. Now, you don't have to draw that line. You don't have to write the words check work. I'm just showing you what we're going to be doing. Okay? Plenty of room where we're going to work the problem out and also check it. Okay? All right. So that is where we are headed in just a second.